probably the smartest guy I know. He's a genius, but he's out here doing some sort of comedy thing, so sounds like the whole package to me. And once you see his outfit, he's got the looks too. I mean, complete package, if you ask me.
Yeah. He's like you know when you have somebody that you know, and they just kind of like they're a know-it-all in the sense where like they have an answer to everything, but like half the time you're like they're just making that up. William knows. Like when you ask him about anything,
right.
like he knows. You can check it because he's like, yeah, look it up, and you're like, well.
He's like, okay, who are you talking to? You're literally talking to me. So. Yeah.
He's an encyclopedia, so you should talk to him sometime. But here he comes.
William Reese.
Hey y'all, I'm William, and I was not supposed to be up here. Paris and Janie came up to my lunch table a couple weeks ago, and they're laughing just way too hard, right? You know that feeling when like people are laughing and you don't quite know why, but you think it might be at you? A lot of that going on. So they come over, they sit down, and they're talking about the talent show. And somebody says, hey, Janie, how many people do you have signed up? And she says, well, right now we have 2. And then Paris says, no. She looks me dead in the eyes and she says, actually, we have 3. And I immediately knew I was signed up for the talent show. So, you know, I start thinking, okay, what can I do, right? What talent do I have? So I'm asking my friends, and the first 3 suggestions that I get are solving the Rubik's Cube, programming a robot, and doing math problems. And that's when I realized, wow, my friends think I'm really lame. So, you know, the only suggestion that Paris and Janie, the people who actually signed me up, had was, the whole thing was going to be, I come out here, and I jump over my leg, and then I walk off. That was the whole thing. And if you don't know, jumping over your leg, I did this one time at a Halloween party. It's just what it sounds like, so. Second time's charm. So, you know, that's good enough. You know, that's 10 seconds of my act that I thought I had nailed. But, you know, I want to do more than that, right? So I'm thinking, okay, what else can I do? Well, I can play the piano. There's 2 problems with that. Number 1 is I can't play the piano. And number 2, and you know, I think the other half of the acts kind of have the whole piano thing on lockdown. So, okay, maybe I can sing. I also can't sing. So, you know, like, okay, that'd be a comedy act in itself. So if people are gonna be laughing, I may as well do it on purpose. So, you know, now you know if anybody is like, hey, why was that weird kid giving a TED Talk in the middle of a talent show? Now you know why, right? So, it's like I have no work ethic. Like, you know, you couldn't pay me to write an essay. Well, you could, but Mr. Rogers is here, so we're not going to talk about that. But, you know, you couldn't pay me to write an essay, but I spent the past, like, week or so, you know, writing this whole whatever, memorizing it, getting it down. I'm still making up about half of it as I go along. So, I'd say it's going pretty well. But, you know, I say I have no work ethic. I do have a job. I work at a golf course. I'm a cart guy. So I spend my day, you know, driving golf carts around, carrying bags. I also drive the picker, which is, you know that machine on the range that goes around and picks up all the golf balls that everybody tries to aim at? Yeah, I'm in there. So thank you for that. But, you know, I don't actually like golf. I think it's boring. I'm not very good at it. It takes way too long. So people always ask me, they're like, William, why do you work at a golf course if you don't like golf? I said, well, the people who do like golf also seem to like giving me money. Right? And you know, I enjoy talking to the people at the golf course, right? That's a lot of what's going on. So the problem is that when people find out you're a senior in high school, they only want to talk about one thing, and that's college. I feel like I need to make business cards that just say, Georgia Tech, mechanical engineering, leaving in the fall, yes, I'm excited, and I'm living on campus. And just whenever anybody tries to talk to me, just give them one, right? Hey, where am I? Hey, nope, take a business card. Everything you need and more, right? And they're just standing there like, where are my clubs, right? So, you know, college is, the one thing I'm not excited for about college is that I'm not gonna get to take my car. I love my car. I drive an old BMW convertible, which sounds great, except it has over 250,000 miles on it, and I almost totaled it a few weeks ago because I got a flat tire. So, you know, it's an old car. It's not without its problems. Within the first few months that I was driving it, I actually had a big problem where basically water would get into the dash, and whenever too many of the gauges went up at the same time, the whole thing would short circuit. So if you accelerate too fast, you can't drive anymore. The engine is just off, right? So you're going, and thankfully teenage boys never accelerate fast, so not a huge issue there, right? Some people say I like my car too much. They're like, William, why do you go so fast? William, why are you putting the top down? It's 30 degrees. William, stop going over 80 or we're gonna take your keys. That's annoying, right? So, I love my car, and it's a big part of who I am, I would say. A lot of my friends say that it's part of my personality, almost. I'm trying to be more responsible. It's hard to be more responsible. Every time I try, it seems to backfire. Like when I'm gonna fill up my car way before the gas light comes on. I'm gonna be responsible, gonna put it in the tank, and then you forget to put the gas cap on, which, depending on if my parents are here, may or may not have happened. So, oh, there they are. Hi, Mom. Sometimes it's just I'm really bad at being responsible. The shirt that I'm currently wearing has a hole in the back because I tried to cut out the tag while I was wearing it. So, yeah, you can see how that would be a problem. A great story about me being responsible, or a lack thereof, is the first time I went to a laundromat. The first time I went to a laundromat, my family and I had gone to the beach, and there had just been a bunch of flooding, so everything was dirty, right? Everything was wet. So I was tasked with going to the laundromat and washing everything, right? So we got all the bedding, all the sheets, all the pillows, whatever. I put it all in the washing machine, no problem, right? Great at that part. Takes like 40 minutes, all done. I put it in the dryer, and I look at the dryer and I say, oh, 6 minutes for 75 cents. This must be the most efficient dryer ever, right? The one at home takes like 80 minutes. This is crazy. So I put in my 3/4 and I hit go, and I sit down for 6 minutes. I get up and I check on it. I'm like, this stuff is still soaking wet. What is going on? Well, maybe it just takes a cycle to heat up, right? So I put in another 3/4, and I go and I sit back down for another 6 minutes. And I check on again. It's still not dry. And I'm like, okay, maybe these are just like really big regular washing machines, right? So I turn it up to the highest settings, the hottest settings. I put in another 3/4, and I go and I sit down for another 6 minutes. Some of you see where this is going. So I go in and I'm like, okay, this is gonna take quite a few quarters. I cash in a 20. I get 80 quarters for this laundromat, for the first time I've ever been in a laundromat, right? So I'm up and down, I keep doing it. Finally it's dry, I fold it, Mom comes to pick me up, and I'm driving back and I'm like, yeah, it was annoying. It was really weird, I had to keep getting up. And she goes, what are you talking about? So yeah, I kept having to only put in 3/4. And she goes, you can put in more than 3/4, right? It's 3/4 for every 6 minutes, not just 6 minutes at a time. If you put in 6/4, you're gonna get 12 minutes. When I finished those 80 quarters, I finished with about 20. I spent 60 quarters going back and forth. That's 2 hours of getting up every 6 minutes to go change over laundry. I wasn't even changing over, I was just checking on it. The best part of all this is that there was a lady there, working, right? And she was watching me the whole time. She totally knew what was going on. Right? I can just imagine her sitting in the back, and she's like, oh, he's going up again. He's putting another 3/4. Is he gonna figure it out? Oh, and there goes another 3/4. Even if she had tried to tell me what was going on, I probably wouldn't have listened, right? I'm a very stubborn person. So, she'd get up and be like, hey, you can put in, I'd just be like, here, have a business card. Done. All you get now. Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for your time.